Boy, am I excited today, guys. We get to finally talk about something that I absolutely love to talk about. I love to play with it. Honestly, I might have a DeFi obsession, okay? I have a DeFi obsession. There is no question. I do, okay? DeFi is incredible, and I'm addicted, all right? There are so many things to do. Where to even begin is hard to say. But let's start with something basic. Okay, let's start with the most basic thing, okay? Two liked assets. How can I best exchange them? If I want to go from $A to $B, or any other two liked things, if I was in a traditional market, they would be like, excuse me, sir, I would like a big fee. And when I decide that you have paid a big enough fee, you can wait a few days and we will settle your transaction and you will finally get the asset in which you are basically trying to swap one for one, but you'll only get 95% of it. It will be a pain. It will take days. This is unacceptable. That's why you don't see a lot of one-for-one swaps between things. But in DeFi, you get to have all kinds of exciting positions with one-to-one pegged and backed things such as stablecoins or even stablecoin style Ethereums or all kinds of other things, really. Different kinds of wrapped Bitcoin. All kinds of one-to-one equal things get to be swapped. And you get to do it for almost free. There's protocols like Curve, for example. On Curve, you can go and you can swap any stablecoin for any other stablecoin. So, while you may find an opportunity with a stablecoin you don't use a ton, you can have confidence that I can take out a position, whether it be borrow, lend, any other crazy thing I want to do. I can take a position and know that I can turn that stablecoin into whatever other stablecoin I might need in the future, or for any debts I might have now. This kind of system allows me to take on incredibly complex positions that I would never, ever be able to take in the traditional finance system. This is revolutionary. It allows for so much more innovation. When you take out the guys in the middle who are taking out fees every single time and slowing things down, you get exponentially more done. Now, look, Curve is boring. It's cool, it's great, it's useful, but it's one of the most boring things in DeFi. And I still find it fascinating. So when we get into the really fascinating things, oh man, it is mind-blowing. Okay? So, let's take a protocol like Aave or something. Basic borrow and lending. You go to your bank, they will bore you to tears with, yes, we can do a mortgage. Okay, put up your collateral. Oh, and I see you have a CD, so I guess you're lending us some money and getting ripped off on that end, and we're going to rip you off on the other end with this mortgage. You better over-collateralize the heck out of it. And that down payment, that's just a fee, basically, we're taking. It's terrible. It's terrible, terrible. They rake you over the coals in both directions. It's hard to have it in both directions and hurt so much. Well, on protocols like Aave or Compound or any number of other borrowing and lending platforms, you can deposit your assets. Other people can borrow those assets. You can earn a return on your assets denominated in the currency in which you put it in there, and you can borrow against what you deposited to go and short some other garbage thing you think, or to be able to use that currency in some other yield-bearing protocol, or just for commerce. Because, sometimes you got to pay the tax man. So if you got to get a stable coin out there, you need that DM, you need that DAI, you need some USDC to pay the evil tax man who just won't quit knocking at your door. We got you covered. And you don't have to sell off one single Satoshi of your hard-earned Bitcoin. Give the paper-mongering tax man that toilet paper, and you keep what's actually worth keeping. I know it's a crazy concept, but it just might work. It's certainly working for me. I know I sure love to give somebody something of less value than the thing I'm holding and borrowing against it. It makes me feel better, especially as inflation is hitting record highs every day, it feels like. Do you want to short the tax man? I know I've enjoyed doing it, and I want to share that joy with you. But honestly, while that may be really, really fun, shorting the tax man, we can go a lot of steps further. Oh my friends. DeFi allows you to turn what would normally be a basic generic product, take a CD, for example, a bank CD. You can have something like that, something nice, safe, ultra conservative, on chain, and you can use that as money Legos, stacking them together, making unique positions, customized to exactly how you see the world. What do you think is good? Do you think housing will go up and down? You can put a component of that in there. There's so many housing protocols being built, and many that are very exciting that are about to launch. Do you think, I don't know, the Fed is going to jack up interest rates or drop them? What do you think is going to happen? We can build a custom portfolio just for you. And when I say we, I really mean you. I'm not your financial advisor, nor do I want to be. But that's the beauty of DeFi. You don't need a financial advisor. You can be your own master. You don't have to be a MasterCard slave. You can be your own MasterCard because you have the power. You run the transactions, not them. Now look, I know it can be hard to get into this. There's a lot of different steps. There's so many different options. You are probably paralyzed with where do I even start? Well, pretty soon I'm going to have a video for that. You can check that out right over there. I have a great place to start. It's where I would recommend all newcomers go. Not financial advice, but boy, oh boy, am I excited about what these people are doing. Heck, I'm excited about just some of the marketing materials. Let me tell you, this is one of the best looking projects I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot of projects. This thing, I want to stay in this thing for as long as my heart will allow me to take on the extreme excitement for it. Oh man, I'm not going to say it's going to the moon, but it's sure going in my crypto wallet. I'll tell you that much. That's what we do here. We only shill things we truly believe in. And let me tell you, I believe in DeFi. Oh, do I believe in DeFi. It is the future. If you cut out all those people with their hand out and you get to save that money and compound it and just reinvest it over time, there is no more powerful tool than saving money and using it with compound interest. It is truly the seventh wonder of the world. It might also be the eighth. It's that freaking strong. Oh my. But yes, you can take all these individual Lego pieces. Take that CD, for example. You can take that, borrow against it at a lower rate than you're getting paid from the CD because you over-collateralize it slightly. Then you can take that and you take it somewhere like a, I don't know, decentralized private equity fund type protocol. And over there, you can get a really high return potentially. And then you can take that and borrow against that and put it in some other interest-bearing thing. And you can end up stacking these Legos so that you have a tremendous, highly customized exposure to exactly what you want and none of what you don't want. You can't get that in your traditional finance system. No, in the traditional finance system, they tell you, buy the market and you pray. You pray that things don't go too bad. It'll go bad, but pray it doesn't go too bad for too long, and pray that when you retire, the market's not tanking. I don't know about you. I'm still down with prayer, but I'd like to take a little bit of my fate in my own hands, man up, do a little hard work, and make sure I get the returns I need. My family deserves better than a hope and a prayer. They deserve me going out there and doing my homework. So, while I haven't been in school in quite a while, it's time to study up. And I recommend you study up too. DeFi is the best fi. It's the only fi as far as I'm concerned. You stay safe out there, and please, show me your Lego collection. I cannot wait to see your money Lego collections. If some of you have something really interesting, we may just feature it in a future episode. No guarantees. There are no guarantees in life. But I sure can almost guarantee DeFi is the only future. Stay safe out there. Hashtag currently do not own it yet. Hashtag expect to own it soon. Full disclosure.